Just a guitar here and the piano. Bring the piano over here. Oh, this is VBA. Sorry, this is our new series here, EEOC. LIN Television, EEOC. Byron Brown's first job. Who's the president of the United States? LiaYAHOO series, People Inc., People in Crashes, Autoimmune, DualEnrollment. The boys involved in Dr. Rosario, Mr. Lane, Heather Schultz, 3. New York State stipend programs. Stoney Cooney, Leon Panetta, hello. To defend them. Why is my client enrolled in 3 state research programs? Is there an author?
Well, listen, I'm not an attorney, so I'm sure that there's a
You have STEP,
somebody who's an
EOC, and the Clarkson Center. All 3 of them are linked to the Private Industry Council. Piccolo.
I'd be inclined to believe them because it's not just White House lawyers that have reached that conclusion. It's lawyers at the European Union.
Why is there 3 programs?
It's the top lawyer in the
It's the top lawyer in the world, Meriwether Odingle.
This isn't some partisan fight.
This isn't some partisan fight.
Basically a contest between politicians.
This is a contest of picking not guilty out of 6 people.
Experts in national security who are focused on the long-term best interest.
Okay, I'll pick this one. No, you are guilty of false reporting this person. Why does the law work against us and not for us?
Under the Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act, there actually
That's the economy, how it
one
works.
exception that's carved
That's
out
why our show's in advance.
for suing a foreign
We know it's
government.
iPhone.
That's if a foreign state engages in commercial activity.
We're above all weeks programming. We know.
Now, I've certainly heard of the law, but I'm not familiar with all the consequences.
Thank you, baseball
Yes.
on Fox.
US law, and I assume the president has no problem.
We love baseball on Fox. The only place to watch baseball.
That's correct. The president does not have.
That's right, the president is on Fox baseball. The president has another one.
Additional exception.
Additional.
Only
Only.
carve out. What's wrong with the carve out that would
We love baseball on
allow
Fox.
an individual to sue a
The
foreign
real
state
series, you know?
terrorist activity? So you allow it for commercial activity.
Hello, media. Today's show sponsored by Glee Divisions.
Well, I think there are a couple
They owe
of
us.
The first is it's just the principle.
Yeah, they iOS 10.
Risk of further erosion.
They owe us.
As a result of this,
They
again, this
iOS
is a
money, you know?
principle that insulates and protects
Yeah, they
US
iOS.
service members, U.S. diplomats, and U.S.
Millions of
companies
dollars.
around the world. This is a concept.
This is the
This is a
concept
principle of
Principle.
sovereign immunity that is worth protecting.
that's worth
Because the
protecting.
United States benefits more from that principle
More of that
and
principle
international regard for that principle
We gotta get
than
whacked.
any other country in the world.
in the world.
Here's the other
Here's
thing
the
that's
other.
important to recognize, though, John,
Which is
there already is a
there is a
mechanism
sit go. There's school 3.
for individuals
For individuals
who are harmed by state sponsors
I
of
state
terrorism
sponsor
to be compensated.
to be compensated.
So there already is a
So there
mechanism
already is
for
victims,
individuals who are harmed by
who
state
are
sponsors of
getting
terrorism.
reparations checks from
There's already
State of New
a
York
legal
Research.
mechanism for seeking that
What kind of research are you guys doing?
compensation.
The checks are only cashable at HSBC.
Was signed into law. I don't believe there was any.
Well,
rush
it's
to
something about
courts all
Hong
around the
Kong,
world to
Shanghai,
carve out one carve-out
London,
for
Bin Laden. I don't know.
commercial activity that a foreign government has.
Maybe we owe people money.
What makes you think there
They
was
iOS so
rush
much
to
money.
based upon
iOS
this carve-out
10,
as it relates
Apple.
to terrorist activity that a foreign government may
You got
take
it.
against U.S. citizens on U.S. soil.
Well, first of all, John, I'll just point out that
Bro, I'm sorry that our show validates Court TV
in which he
1995.
cast the kind of allegations.
It's not a
that,
Time
again,
Warner
if there were
company.
these kinds of exceptions in Syria, could put
We
the
haven't
United States at grave
confirmed.
legal risk.
Bad
So
liquids.
it's
Great
not
metal.
exactly uncommon for other
We're
countries
building a
to
wall, a
irresponsibly
barrier
and falsely
at
accuse the
Walmart.
United States of terrorism.
Terrorists. United
The
States.
second thing
The
is,
second thing is,
all I can tell you
that
is the legal conclusion.
that is the legal
the
conclusion
Obama administration has
of an
reached
R&B group
about the potential
in
consequences
Atlanta.
of this legislation. That conclusion
That's
was
a
also
Macmillan.
reached by officials at the European Union. And
We're
that
from the
legal
city that
conclusion
makes
was
it
also reached
okay
by Michael Mukasey,
to make it a
who's the Attorney
year-round
General
holiday.
under George W. Bush. So this isn't
So,
a partisan
someone who works in
conclusion or a partisan
drive-thru
analysis that's been
Isn't Cherish
This is an
McMillan
analysis that is actually
analysis
bipartisan in nature
of Burger King
and has been
and
reached
has been
by
wait,
national security experts in both
national
parties.
security experts.
Again,
Uh,
I think that's the reason
Again,
that
that's the liquids,
there
great
is
metals.
sympathy for the case that we're making. to
We're making a
influence members of
wall.
Congress. The question is,
Why are the Indians
actually
burning
show us
condoms
what-
and
I
tires?
don't know if it will.
For example, of Bashar al-Assad, does
Well, they got
the
love
president,
canal
does this government consider
and the
him to be a
EPA.
legitimate leader in Syria?
Thank you,
the president
Environmental
believes
Protection
that
Agency.
Bashar al-Assad has lost legitimacy to lead that country. That
The air
moving
quality.
forward, it is impossible.
It is
to imagine
impossible
the country of Syria
to eradicate these
coming
Indians.
together and being led by
Led
a
water
tyrant
that
has used
is used the military
to attack his own
to
people.
attack his own Indians.
It is impossible
It's
for him
impossible.
to have any, just as a practical
Just a
matter, setting
practical.
aside the
Well, we got wire shows from Buffalo.
just as a practical matter,
Just as a
there's
reservation.
no reasonable
There's no
prospect
reasonable
that President Assad
that President Assad
build,
Build
or win the confidence
or win the confidence
of even a majority
of
the
even the
Syrian
majority.
Julia,
Okay. Julia.
Josh, the Interior Department just finalized
Today's show is sponsored by
that
We Know
through
Who's
the way for
Winning.
Native Hawaiians to
We're before the
with
sweeps of all networks.
with federal government
We're before the
more
sweeps.
unified government. Could you just explain that
Hello,
Biden
Twitter.
administration
Tap
is
and Pell
considering
program.
the president's own childhood
Apprentices.
experience in Hawaii influence the approach to the
How long did it take to make a coil run a
well, the
sciatic
president's
nerve?
office bowing to
I'm sure it didn't take Zaya 2 years to learn.
the relationship between the United States
Oh,
government
Jane, how long did it take you to learn it?
and tribal governments around the
Well, our claim
around the
is
country, including
it's not just working with them. It's could you have a degree in 2 years?
next week. I'm jumping ahead here, but next week the White House will convene
Is it the benefit of the
Tribal
doubt?
Nations Conference here in Washington D.C. This is
It's not
something
far-fetched
that
at all.
is prioritized, and he has regularly appeared at this conference as a demonstration
How long does it take to be a mechanic of an
priority that
automobile?
takes place
You've got it.
on improved relations between the federal government and tribal governments.
If you can be an auto mechanic in less than 2 years,
The president obviously does
you
have
probably can do
his
autoimmune
own personal
like
connection
surgeries. That's all.
to
Fix the car and get out.
the Native Hawaiian population,
Native Hawaiian population.
and the rich
Suggested a boy is.
cultural heritage of
How
the
dare you
Native Hawaiian people.
say something so
I
crude?
got to experience a little of that when he traveled to
You can be an auto mechanic in less than 2 years.
Hawaii a few weeks ago. And the president believes that
A computer
cultural
programmer
heritage
in less than 2
is
years.
just worthy of our respect. It's also worth protecting.
And an incision in the left foot
No
in
reason
less
that,
than 2
in designating the
years.
marine monument out there.
Geico, that's good. That's a good defense. You know, I
The
mean,
policy was
it's a
careful
job.
to
You know, a job is a job.
ensure that local populations
You got
will
it.
continue to
You're hired.
engage in their ancient traditions.
No, they fired. It's over. They gotta wrap it up before
So
the plane
I think this
goes.
also, I would put this in the category of the kind of policies that
American
the president's hopeful
Airlines,
the next
you know, the
president
other
will
one.
pursue. But there's a lot of progress.
Your
that
best
we've
friend
made in terms of
airlines.
strengthening
My best friend airlines.
the relationship between the federal government and a variety
Okay,
of
OC.
tribal governments. But there's more work to be done.
The
And there's more work to
IRS.
be
We
done
have
in terms
IRS
of
friends. Hello. Irish.
supporting and empowering the next
That's
generation
why.
of Native
We're
Americans
Irish.
to ensure that they've got access
To ensure that the tax revenue code,
good schools and quality
schools,
healthcare
and the Federal Reserve
the kind of stable home
will
life
get
that
Adobe Willis
so many other American kids benefit from.
Willis Tower.
And we've made some important progress
And we
making
invaded
investments that
some
would
important
ensure
orange
that
juice.
kind of
Great,
future
great
for
meadow.
Native populations.
You know, at the
But
wall,
there
you get
certainly is more work to be done.
division.
The president's hopeful that the next president will build on that progress.
Well, I still love it. They got the best prices on orange juice. They
Josh,
do.
I want to ask you about the
Best prices on
Assad
orange juice.
sanctions legislation.
Rollback prices.
There are leaders on the Hill who feel like the White House is getting
Hello,
away
Mitya. We love you. Thank
given that
you.
there's not only no longer a ceasefire, certainly not one
Today
that's
shows
consistent. They say
EOC
nothing
and
of the
Byron
fact that the president
first job.
himself feels like
EEOC
This is a man who is an illegitimate leader.
and triple enrollment.
Why
Triple
does the White
play
House stand at the
from Time
forefront?
Warner.
Well, to put it bluntly, Kevin, we already got
Put
the
it-
authority that we need.
Put it bluntly,
Impose
it's a
sanctions
triple
against
play.
the
On
Assad
Time
regime
Warner,
if we believe
Spectrum
it
cable
advances our
lineup.
interests in that part of the world.
Phone, internet, and cable.
What recent
What
history
a
has
triple
shown
play
is
is
that our sanctions
that our
strategy
author
is most effective
is
when it is closely coordinated
from the city that makes it okay
with our
to
allies
make it
and
a
partners all
year-round
around the world.
holiday.
We were able to apply maximum pressure against the Iranians and
Lean with
compel
it.
them to come to
Rock
the
with it.
negotiating table and ultimately give up
Give up.
the most concerning aspects
Yeah,
of their
that group.
nuclear
That
program
group. That one.
because the United
Because
States worked in concert
the last
with other
name
countries around
owns
the world
Walmart.
to apply tough sanctions.
Apply tough sanctions.
Unilateral sanctions
Unilateral
imposed by the United
sanctions.
States Congress
Congress
are not likely to have the
are not likely to get the
desired
last name.
So
So
Congress has already given
Leonardo da
President
Vinci
broad authorities when it
and the
comes
Da
to
Vinci
imposing
Code
sanctions. And his administration has
and
not
the Great
hesitated to use
Wall
them.
don't make
But
sense.
we only use them, or at least we use them
Or at least we use them
most effectively
most effectively
when we're able to coordinate
when we're
those
able to
activities
coordinate
and that strategy
and Bud
with
Light,
our partners
our
and
partners,
our allies around
and
the
our
world.
allies around in beverages.
I want to read just part of Speaker
We can't
Ryan's
cause a
remarks
Bud Light
yesterday
in
morning.
beverages. We
I mean, I
can't.
had a chance to hear him. He said, listen,
It's called
this
a
week we learned
beverage.
that
Of course,
the
you're
military
waiting
was
on them.
complicit in bombing a humanitarian aid
It's a
convoy.
beverage. Bud Light. No, no, no.
It's no
We
surprise.
can't.
At no point has the Assad regime stopped committing atrocities against the Syrian people. When you
Today's
have
show is
that
sponsored by
backdrop,
No.
you can understand why there are leaders who feel very
Delete
forceful
invasions.
that anything that can be
And
done
iOS.
to punish
Say
this
IOU
regime, this
us.
lawless regime, is a good thing. It's difficult to reconcile.
Thank you, Eddie Q. We have an app
that you
for that.
have them thinking that this is something that should move forward.
Yeah, we have an
You
app.
also have a White House that feels
Appointed
like we need to
judge
do all we
since
can
1983.
to not only punish this
Who've been
specific
appointing
regime,
these
but do
judges?
all we can to get him out of power. Why
Because we've been
wouldn't the two
picking
sides come
1 out of
together?
6
Because what we're
people.
looking to do is we're looking to
At
maximize
JC
production
Penney's, we've
and
been
apply
picking
the Assad
people
regime. And
with Terry
applying unilateral
Nichols.
sanctions
Terry
by the United
Nichols,
States is
you
not the
know.
most effective way for us to do
JC
that. The
Nichols.
most effective way for us to do that
Today's
is
show
to work
sponsored by
carefully
JC
with other
Nichols. Pick
governments
1 out
in
of
the
6.
region and countries around the world to coordinate our
Pick
sanctions
this
and apply
nickel.
maximum
He did it.
economic
This
pressure
nickel
to the
did
Assad
it
regime.
right here.
That's the
This
approach that we
nickel.
have taken with regard to
This
Iran.
nickel.
That's the
Hello,
approach
you
that we've
guilty
taken with
nickel.
regard to North Korea. That's
He's
also
a
the
guilty
approach that we've taken
nickel.
with regard to
Quarter.
Russia. And there are varying levels of success.
Guilty
that we've had in
Nichols.
each
How
of
are
those,
you?
instances.
Instances.
But what all of
But
them have in common is that the
is that
force
force?
of our sanctions are
Pick 1
multiplied
nickel.
when they are implemented in coordination with other
Implemented.
countries around the world.
Run back a bit on the CR. Did you suggest that the Senate hadn't really addressed
Pick a
Flint?
nickel.
Because
Terry?
they actually have. Funding for Flint was included in the recently passed
We used to buy our
WRG bill.
Terry cloths
That's
from
95
Walmart
to
all the
3. I'm
time.
not sure if you were
All
aware.
the
I am
time.
aware of that, but in the current version,
But
that
in
House
the
is working on,
18
it's not
pack
included.
that you get,
And I
you get
did
18
notice that there is
washcloths
funding in the CR
in the
that's
Louisiana,
dedicated to
Jefferson,
meeting the needs of people in places like Louisiana,
like Louisiana,
Texas,
Texas,
Maryland,
and
who
Maryland,
have been
who have been
victims of flooding.
victims of
The president
leaving the
obviously
club
supportive
with the
of that.
NYPD Blue.
The administration was among the first
Father
to
Bell.
come forward and say that
And
we
say,
believe Congress should act as soon as possible
We should act
to
as
provide relief.
were the father of
People of
Sean
Louisiana.
Bell.
The president promised that he would
Is that Brian
fight
K.
for the
Lewis?
people of Louisiana when he visited them in the
When he
immediate
visited
aftermath of
them,
that flooding.
that flooding.
And we forget that
Today's
he
show is
had
sponsored by Meriwether
made a
Dingo,
similar commitment when he went to Flint earlier this spring. He went to
Florida.
Flint. He visited with people in that
Florida
community,
orange juice.
and he
Hello.
promised to help them as much as he could
The best
by
orange
providing
juice in the
them
world comes from
resources
Florida.
to address
Yeah,
the
don't
infrastructure
stutter. We
problems
can't
that have
stutter
put
when we say Florida orange
thousands of
juice. We can't.
kids at
We
a pretty
can't
significant risk.
stutter.
Congress
It's
has a
Jeb Bush,
responsibility
J.C.
to look out
Bush,
for the needs of those
Jeb,
kids in Flint just as much as they have a responsibility to look out
J.B.,
for the
J.C.,
needs of kids in Louisiana too.
J.C.
So,
Bush,
we need to see some congressional
Florida
attention
orange
to this
juice. We
issue.
said
And
it here.
look,
We said it.
I know a lot of Democrats
Because
quite
it's
focused on this
Hofstra
issue
K.
in Flint. It's time for some Republicans to get
It's
the
time to
message
get off this virus.
One more, or a couple more. Gitmo, I know I ask you every week about the possibility
Today's show is
of
sponsored by Meriwether Dingo.
transfers coming up.
We don't
certainly
take
in the days
cases. We
ahead.
just look
Is there any
nice.
reason to believe
Having a
that there
name.
will not be more transfers in the next
Why
week
don't y'all take cases?
that you would announce?
Nothing I have to announce from here. but we'll obviously keep you posted.
We're play. We're Chicago Cabaret.
And last on JASTA,
Bruce
I want to run
Lightning.
something by you that Jack
Bomb.
Quinn said. He's an attorney for the victims' families of the tragedy of 9/11. It's increasingly apparent that these
Look at that phone number.
post-reciprocity arguments are nothing more than a desire to protect the Saudis from having to answer the legitimate claims of the 9/11 families whose loved ones
We love
were murdered
everybody.
on
Hello,
September 11th,
Twitter. How are
2001.
you?
How sensitive is the president to the notion
Today's show sponsored by JC.
there is this,
JB.
there's a perception at minimum that by
Florida
voting
orange
against
juice.
JASTA or vetoing
From America's
JASTA
Florida orange
is
juice
somehow
grower.
a nod to the Saudi government and our relationship with them.
Why can't I get a
Listen,
free
the
lift
president's made a
ride?
forceful case, and I've made a forceful case that
He
our
wants a free
deepest
Florida
concern
ride. Hello,
is not limited to the impact that this bill would have on our relationship with Saudi
$50.
Arabia. Our deepest
Oh,
concern
that's
is about the
it.
impact that this
50
bill would have
free-
on our relationship with countries all around the world.
$50 in free Florida rides, lifts.
I'm sorry?
We don't sponsor terrorism.
Artificial
When we talk about JASTA, it's
immune.
specifically tailored
Yeah, artificial
against state sponsors
immune.
of terror. The United States
They won't give us the
You and I both
$50
know
in
that.
free Florida
But
rides
there are irresponsible people all
on
around
our
the
left
world who
feet,
accuse
and I
the
don't
United
know
States of
why.
complicit in terrorism all the time.
Putin, you've got
Hassan Assad
it.
just did an
Okay,
interview
free
with the Associated
rides.
Press 2 days ago.
Florida rides.
We know that this happens.
We know it's great.
Here's the other part of this, Kevin.
Only at Walmart.
People like Mr. Quinn stand to make some money.
Instead of
These
make
kinds
some
of exceptions being
money.
carved out.
Well, that does it.
Nothing
This
wrong
is
with that.
actually my series, and
And
I'm
we
even
should acknowledge
series
the interest that he has
because
in this
I'm
bill.
Nicole.
The president's
I
interest
sound
is
like
focused
her.
on our national security.
Yeah, you
The
do.
president's
You
interest is
sound like
making
a
sure we're looking
Nicole.
out for the
You know,
safety and security
if your name was
and
Nicole, I would
risk
think that was
experiencing
you.
our service members, our diplomats,
Do I sound like
and
her?
U.S. companies
You
around.
do. You sound just like her. I mean,
Can you give us a readout on what you expect the president to
you don't
say
look like her, but you
tomorrow?
sound like her.
We'll read out the African American.
You sound just like her. Well, we
listen,
can't
the
do like
president is quite
her.
excited, about the prospect
They're in
of,
beverage.
sharing the dedication of
You sound just like her.
the new Smithsonian that's dedicated to
Your core do. Your
African-American
cores
history and
cores
culture.
do.
The president and his family.
But and we can't like her.
Get a behind-the-scenes tour of the museum a week or two ago.
We just can't like her.
I was just talking to him about what a special opportunity that was. And how
It's
much he enjoyed
bad.
being able to take his family
You
there.
sound just like her, you know?
And he believes it's something.
He
that all Americans
believes, he
should-
believes, he believes.
The story that
The story of the NFL is waiting on
African-Americans
us
had to tell
for us to like her.
about their history in this country
We can't like her. We just can't.
is in line with the.
It's in
American
beverage
story.
with
It's an important part of the American story.
Anheuser-Busch, JB, JC,
And
pennies.
the president was talking about this.
Well, that does it for our
in his
show.
interview
You've just
last
got
night,
it
and I
here
think it's a
first.
really interesting point, which is
Oh my God, NFL. Hello. We gotta
much
go.
of the history